Alright, here we are with some Street Fighter 6 casual matches because I have not played this game in a very long time, like an extremely long time. So we're just going to get a little reacclimated here while I yap about the Street Fighter 6 news, which is Elena is actually interesting, right? We already knew she was coming out, obviously, but this is weird to say, but I think the future of this game literally is all on Elena right now and her update. I think the Elena update is quite possibly going to be the most important update we will ever see for this game, because let's face it, this game is not in a good state. But yeah, a lot of stuff is happening. You know, Fatal Fury came out, which I hear is actually pretty good. And the 2XKO beta happened, and I actually recorded a whole review for that. But I didn't upload it because, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a pretty negative review. Like, it was just like 15 minutes of me just complaining, which isn't, like, you know, out of the ordinary, I feel, but I didn't feel like uploading it. Like, it was just a negative, like, video, and the game isn't bad, but it's just like, I think the game is in an unacceptable state for how long they've been developing it, considering the small amount of content the game is going to release it with. Even though it is a free game, you know, it's just, the game's gonna have no content when it comes out, and they've been developing it for like so long. On top of other stuff about the game, it was just a whole thing. I don't think the game is bad, but especially for a free game, it's really great actually. But yeah. But anyways, topic is Street Fighter 6 for today, and yeah, Street Fighter 6, this is the biggest update the game will ever get. And the reason I say that is because this game's in a really bad state, really bad state, and it's because the game is almost the exact same since it was 2 years ago. There's been some minor changes, there has been some changes, but there's not been a single shakeup added to this game, and the game is about to be on its 2-year anniversary in 1 month. I can't believe I just said that. 2 years. I mean, this game doesn't feel old to me at all. It's just, I can't believe this game's been out for 2 years. It's just, I mean, wow. But, yeah. I think this game needs a shakeup. This game, look, I think everyone can agree that this is the best Street Fighter game ever when it comes to version 1. Like, the very first version of this game was the best they've ever had, really. There were no major problems compared to other Street Fighter games. Like, it was a pretty solid version 1. However, like I said, the game is about to be 2 years old, and we're still pretty much on version 1. Like, this is still pretty much the exact same game we were playing 2 years ago. There were some changes, there were some adjustments, but overall the game is the exact same. Which is sad because, again, like I said, this game is probably the best version 1 for a Street Fighter game ever. But we're 2 years out, and the game is the same. And Street Fighter is known for having monumental updates. That's the whole meme of Street Fighter, you know. Street Fighter Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Championship, whatever, you know. Street Fighter 3 had 3 versions. Street Fighter 4 had, like, what, 4 versions or something like that. Street Fighter 5 had 3 or 4 versions. You know, and yeah, I know that those days are over, but they're not really over, because Street Fighter 5 didn't make you rebuy the game every time it got an update, but it still went through phases. Like, Arcade Edition, you didn't have to rebuy Street Fighter 5 to play Arcade Edition for Street Fighter 5, or whatever it was called. I don't remember what it was called. But it had a giant update. Like every year, Street Fighter 5 went through, like, a giant update, and that's what Street Fighter normally has gone through, and this game has not gone through that. And it sucks because, yeah, when you put the game through a giant update, you're at risk of pulling a Tekken 8 and making the game absolutely hated and just not fun. But in my honest opinion, I don't think the state of this game is fun anyways. It's not unplayable, But I mean, it's the reason why I love this game so much, yet I don't upload it on the channel at all, because I don't play the game at all. I don't think the game is fun. At its highest level, when you're in Master Rank grinding out points, I don't think the game is fun. I don't think the whole throw loop system is fun. I don't think the way that the game works is fun. Now, I think that that has a lot to do with how long we've been doing it for, because, you know, when the game first came out, even though I was one of the people complaining about throw loops when people said that they weren't a problem, I was one of the people complaining about throw loops, but I still absolutely grinded the game, and that's because they weren't that much of a problem. But when you have a meta that is that exhausting with throw loops, where it feels like you're just guessing the whole time, it gets pretty stale when you've been doing it for 2 years. This game needs a really big shakeup, because again, look, I'm not trying to cause any arguments, but Street Fighter 6 is so much better than the competition. It's actually insane. Street Fighter 6 is such a better game than the other fighting games that are out right now. It's just, it's the worst game out of all of them when it comes to getting changes and content added. If the game just sped up the content additions and actually made meaningful changes to the game, this game would be untouchable. It's the only reason why the other games really have a chance. And let's be honest, Street Fighter 6 is the most popular fighting game by a long shot. It has the highest player count by a large margin. I don't want to cause any arguments, but I really think this game is the best fighting game out of all of the modern fighting games out right now. But I just cannot stand to play it because it's the same thing over and over again. It's like, and there's no problem with games getting updates at a slow pace, but it's been 2 years. Please, I want to play this game again so badly. Dude, the reason why I said I can't believe it's been 2 years at the start is because this game is so nostalgic for me, and it's only 2 years old. I have such good memories with the original betas for this game and the original first month or two when this game came out. I have such good memories of it. And I know that maybe they can never capture that feeling again, but at least I need some kind of shakeup to get me to play this game again. I'm sick of avatar costumes being added. I'm so sick of seeing a Baki collab, and I look at the Baki collab and it's just player cards. You know how sad that made me? I love Astro Boy. There's an Astro Boy collab in this game, and it's a player card. There's no Astro. Are you serious? You put Astro Boy in the game and you made him a calling card? No. You put Yujiro in the game and he's a calling card? You can see it on the screen right now. He's my calling card. Why were they not actual collabs? Why were they not actual character skins? Why does Akuma not have a Yujiro skin? Why? What happened? This game has had some really poor decisions for such an amazing game. These collabs should be actual skins for the characters. We should stop getting battle passes filled with avatar content. Characters should not release once every 6 years. We need a change of pace, and the Elena update is the update to do that. Because if the Elena update does not do that, then that's essentially confirming that you're in for another year of the same exact game. The Elena update will mark the end of Season 2 and the beginning of Season 3. So that means that when Season 3 starts, if the Elena update is not significant, you're more than likely going to be playing the same game for all of Season 3. And in my opinion, that's just, that will spell doom for the game, at least for me personally. I'm sure the game will continue to do well, but I cannot play the same game for 3 years in a row. I understand if the game is 20 years old, but this is a brand new game in the eyes of, you know, how long fighting games normally last, and it has changed almost non-existent. Look, call me crazy, but we need a giant shakeup. We need, like, all DPs to be invincible, or something absolutely insane. Or we need a new mechanic, like how Street Fighter V constantly got new mechanics. Street Fighter V got new V triggers, V skills, and V shift. Gigantic changes that weren't just, this move is now negative, you know, it wasn't just balance changes, it wasn't just, this move sucks now, it wasn't like stuff that only really good players would know. It was like, dude, there's V skills, there's 2 V skills now, there's 2 V triggers now, your characters are completely different, and now you have a V shift. It's like gigantic changes that came to the game. I really hope this Elena update isn't just a balance patch and that's it, because we do need a balance patch to make the game more interesting, but we need like new mechanics or new moves or something giant. And again, I think the Elena patch will be the patch that really determines if we're going to get something like that, or hopefully we will get an announcement for Capcom Cup where maybe the Elena patch isn't the one to do it, but maybe the start of Season 3 will bring a new mechanic or something like that. Either way, the future of this game is going to get set in stone relatively soon, within the next month or so. So hopefully it's a good look. And yeah, let me know how you feel about this game, because I love this game, but it needs a shake-up bad. So I hope we get it. And I can't wait for Elena. Peace.